Good morning. Welcome to my channel. This is Gina with Pumpkin Cup Handmade. I'm here to share my latest. Excuse me. This is a baptism journal, and it is made with a file folder. The kit I used on the front is Artie Mays, and then we have an image from Mrs. Cogs. I have some on the spine. I've done some fabric ribbon trim, and then I've sewed all the way around. It's the back. It is just a twine closure. Wrapped it around a couple times so it can grow as the journal grows. There you go. And let's see if I'm in frame. And let's go ahead and inside. Now what I've done with the file folder is just flipped over the end pieces so that there is a pocket on the inside front and back cover. So what I've done is I've tried an Dawn Meadows over at Book Vandal shop. It was her idea that I was inspired by, to take just a piece of pattern paper and line it up so that it looked like it was one piece, and even though there was a pocket. So thank you, Dawn. It's wonderful. There's also ribbon paper, fabric ribbon on the inside of the spine also. We have a quote card on the back of an index card with a tab. A postcard with a label, index card. A journal card with an adult coloring book page that was already colored from an estate sale, so I thought that was pretty. And a library card from Old Design Shop. Pattern paper that I thought was pretty. A quarter doily tuck that I've stenciled. And we have an envelope that I've made. On the inside is a quote, a scripture, and it opens up for more journaling. A piece of parchment paper. And on this side we have a tuck spot with a Mrs. Cogs image. And this is my digital. The little ledger paper and parchment paper. And a tag with some trim from Mary Lou. Thank you, Mary Lou. It's gorgeous. A little bit of stenciling throughout. Most everything is tea dyed. Here we have a piece of the file folder that was left over, and I've just embossed it and then die cut it out. I like embossing it first because then you can position the die cut exactly where you want it, exactly what piece of the embossing you want to display. And then we have some Edith Holden book page and a family sentiment, and it's a tuck spot for index card and a journal card. This is from Janine Morton over at Journals by Janine on Etsy, and some ledger paper on the back. A collage, butterfly, and a quote from Mrs. Cogs. The butterfly came from a butterfly book that I have, and I've just fussy cut it out. Some vintage United States bicentennial paper, and then we have some ruffle trim that I've made. This ledger paper is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I think that this pocket came from Rosemarie. Thank you, Rose. And I have tucked behind it a journal card that happens to match the front. Matchin'? Did I really say matchin'? Ralph Waldo Emerson quote that I thought was nice. And a little stamp. And then inside the pocket, we have a tag journal card, excuse me, from Mrs. Cogg's Image. Some lace I got from somewhere really cool, I'm sure. And just a scrap of cardstock for a tuck spot for a tag that I've made. This is Mrs. Cogg's Image, and then I've sewn around it. And of course, all the seam binding I use comes from a papered sole on Etsy. Just beautiful pink that is. Ledger paper, a quote, and then we've got, here's what I did. I printed out, I do believe it was an Artie Mays paper, and then I have let's see if I can find it. I have this template for an envelope, and so I used her paper to trace around it and do a template and do an envelope. There were leftover corner pieces from the paper, so with those corner pieces, nothing should go to waste. I backed it onto some cardstock and then sewed around it, which made a perfect and a big and a spacious corner tuck. Artie Mays, backed it onto some ledger paper, some digital ledger paper, and then sewed around. Mrs. Cogg's, isn't that gorgeous? And I backed it onto some cardstock that I had printed some lines on, and an embossed tab. Beautiful ledger paper from, and this one from Tracy Fox. In the center is just a tied bow. Some more stenciling. And here's the other corner piece left over. Again, backed it onto cardstock and then sewn around. Another tag that I've made, beautiful yellow seam binding to match the flower. And then this comes from, I can see her face, I can really see her face, Janine Morton. She sent me a happy mail with a lot of those in it. And we have this journal card that I've made. I had this just in my stash from something, so I thought it looked like rolling heels. We have a label from Roxy's Creations, and then a couple of little tags tucked in, and then I've stamped on this one from Tracy Fox. You can write dates and things on those, and then you can journal on the back. Another side tuck with some vintage trim. I found it in the estate sale. There's just a little piece of it too. It was so sad, but there you go. It's very pretty. A tag with some beautiful lace trim. This might have come from Mary Lou too. I have two types of this, and so one I've gotten at an estate sale and the other one came from Mary Lou. And then sewn around it. Mrs. Cox. Cute little kittens. Here's another envelope from Rosemary. There we go. And inside, another Mrs. Cox. Oh, come on. Come on. You can go in. There you go. And then behind it, we have a collage journal card that I've made on the back of an index card and then sewn around. And a tag from Mary Lou. Isn't that pretty? It's from her, it's an add-on kit of some sort. And some beautiful purple trim. Some more ruffle trim down the bottom here. There you go. Then we have a paper clip holding in. This is playing around and edge punched. Collect Beautiful Moments I got from Laura. And beautiful bird. And then just a little pad of yellow paper for extra journaling. I've sewn it and then glued it to the page. And on the back, we have a Mrs. Cogg's, I do believe, and some lace trim. Should probably be in frame when I show you these things, huh? On the back, like so, with the paper clip. A little collage over in the corner. Another embossed and then die cut. Love that one, it's so pretty. Writing. Index card. And Mrs. Cox, I believe this is from her sunflower one. And lines on the back and sewn around. Roxy's creation. Here's the envelope from those 2 corner pieces. This is what I made the envelope out of. This is the page. And then I've left it open because there are lines on it. You can journal on all that. Or you can glue it here and here and have it be an actual envelope. Totally up to you. Or up to her, excuse me. This one is already on its way to somewhere. Or to someone who just got baptized. And then a twine bow on a paper clip. Another quarter doily tuck that I've stenciled. This is also from Mary Lou. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Journal on the back. And this is also from Mary Lou. So pretty. Fussy cut it. Whoop, can you see that? Fussy cut that out and then glued it to the page. Then we have another tuck spot on the back that I filled with an index card. A journal booklet that I've sewn around. Also an index card. I love index cards for journaling. They're so fun and easy. I like ease of journaling. A postcard. This is little flowers from Tracy Fox. I've just shrunk them down. And this is also Tracy Fox. On an index card. Kind of overdosed on index cards in this one. Hope she won't mind. And let's see, scriptures are like packets of light that illuminate our minds and give place for guidance and inspiration from on high. I love that. And then I've stamped it. And that's it. That's her journal. I hope she likes it and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye-bye.